Hello, hello, and welcome back, great people of the world. This is Zip with another video with you. Today, we're going to dive into XDC, another one of my favorite projects, ISO 222 compliant as well, utility, real world utility. And there's just a lot of building going on in this chain, and we're going to dive into that today. I hope everyone is doing absolutely fantastic and your mindset is locked and loaded as we dive into XDC. So let's jump into it. We got new partnership that stepped up with XDC. Looks like they got a partnership with Zebra Swap, and XDC they're looking to get into some DeFi and some possible trading DeFi opportunities, swap, trade, unlock, limitless DeFi opportunities on the most powerful blockchain, which we know is XDC. Interesting as this come out and went out to Zebra here, and there's some different capabilities and swaps and whatnot. So we'll see what happens with that in XDC, but very exciting. Again, a lot of this is building, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through this video, in the collaborations that they have. And we got some big ICC news and some big RWA news as well in this, but this project has been building. We know one of the things that's going on is they're moving to the United States, reported on that a couple of weeks ago. We know they got positions open in New York and San Francisco. So again, the big theme with XDC is we are still early. And if you have not gotten into XDC, it may be something that you want to take a look at, right? But again, a lot of utility and building going on. What else do we have going on with XDC? We've got a launch program with Brink and XDC. And again, this is one of their accelerator programs, development programs, bringing on other projects and programs to bring capabilities to XDC if it works out. This investment's up to $100,000. And again, let's take a listen to exactly what they're doing with regards to this Brink partnership.
Excellent Web3 accelerator program, which would help get a lot of exciting projects onto the XDC network. XDC and Brink have recently launched this partnership program. So why don't we get into the more specifics of it for the audience, and what do we plan to achieve out of the program at the end of 12 weeks?
Well, the sole purpose of the XDC launch program is to get teams into a position where they can successfully list the token by the end of 12 weeks. The first 8 weeks of this program is purely dedicated to ensuring that they have the right foundations to achieve this. This includes everything from company positioning and product positioning, tokenomics design, launch strategy, fundraising campaign designs, everything that they need to basically be more comfortable with getting in front of investors, getting in front of users, getting in front of listing managers. But then by the end of that 8 weeks, it really switches gears and it really goes into execution mode, right? Where they're having to really form those partnerships with market makers, think about building leverage needed to successfully launch their token, in addition to actually forming the partnerships with the listing managers themselves, so that by the
Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's about collaboration and bringing young entrepreneurs and liquidity to the networks. Remember, XDC is trade finance, and we're going to get into that here in a minute. But you know, $1 trillion plus market out there, $2.3 trillion or so in trade finance. But they are also building other collaborative utility and bringing young entrepreneurs on into the environment. Another one, as an example, is Panaka FC, which is a fantasy football fan club, and football in soccer for us Americans, football for those over in the UU, which is another fun game. But they're fantasy football, and again, partnership with XDC as well. And let's take a listen to how XDC, using the XDC network, they're able to build faster, smarter, and more efficiently. Again, the macro picture, ladies and gentlemen, of all these projects and capabilities that are going to be riding on top of XDC.
We met XDC Network as part of this other accelerator program we just graduated from, and they've showed that they want to support our vision of a fairer fantasy gaming landscape. And I think the timing was also pretty amazing because XDC 2.0 upgrade was right around the corner, and it was bringing a whole host of new features. So subnets and fast finality, I think they were bringing it down from, let's say, 15-20 seconds to like, sub 2 seconds. And of course, they're LVM compatible, right? We realized that this platform is future proof to support our business logic today and in future, even if it grows complex.
Again, these accelerator programs is all about collaboration and seeing what can be brought on chain. So moving on, ladies and gentlemen, huge news from the ICC in United Kingdom, and XDC had a full 3-page article in their latest publication, and we're going to dive into that. And this one's big, ladies and gentlemen, because for them to dedicate 3 pages and spotlight exactly how blockchain, AI, and tokenization powered specifically by XDC are transforming global sustainability, that's big. And we're going to get into the article here in a minute, and absolutely fun to see. And again, it's about getting XDC, the network, its name out there, as we're seeing all of this transformation of the financial environment. We know XDC is going to be part of that. Okay, within trade finance, within tokenization, which we'll get into in this documentation, but it's the big picture. There will not be one winner takes all, in my opinion. And that's why I'm a utility maxi, and I'm invested in multiple different projects. So I get a piece of the puzzle, a piece of the pie, so to speak, with all of these capabilities. There'll be some large winners, there'll be smaller winners, but they're all going to be huge, in my opinion, if they have utility. So this ICC document, let's open it up so we can actually see it here, that came out. Global Trade Sustainability, Trade Tech Future Impacts. And again, the head of XDC Network Enterprise Alliance Ventures and head of Institutional Partnerships and Working Group Committee at Trade Finex. And again, 3 pages on this. I would welcome you to go out there and read this article, but this is huge, where they give a background of what the problem is that they are trying to solve within trade finance and the issues and the emphasis of it. By integrating the strengths of both public and private blockchains, XDC's offers rapid transaction times, low energy consumption, and economical gas fees. This blockchain was designed to facilitate an ecosystem for trade finance. Exactly. Its interoperability with other applications and dApps, Web3, and ensuring compliance with ISO 222 financial standards. More recently, it focused on tokenization of RWA, which we'll see here in a minute, and talk about what's going on with Securitize and what's on there. And again, in this article, they talk about the role of tokenization in global trade. Tokenization involves converting physical assets into digital tokens on a blockchain, allowing for fractional ownership. That's the big picture with the tokenization, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking to fractionalize everything on the blockchain, so you and I can buy small pieces, just like we can buy small pieces of these crypto projects. You can invest part of your money and have investment capability in the financial markets, in our Wall Street, in tokenization and real estate. You don't have to buy a whole house. That's where all this is going. We're going to buy parts of it and fractionalize the environment so that everyone can have a piece of the pie. And again, tokenized gold as an instance that can be used to rise liquidity in trade. By breaking down large assets into smaller, more manageable tokens, companies can access capital more efficiently on a decentralized financial platform such as Trade Finex and reduce the barriers to entry. And then we have AI that's going to be integrated with all of this. and help. Moreover, AI can enhance risk assessment in trade finance by evaluating the credit worthiness of trading partners more accurately than traditional methods. Again, it's about modernizing the system, making it faster, making it more efficient, making it less costly. In real time, AI can analyze historical data and real-time information to provide insights to help mitigate risks associated with trade. And again, absolutely huge that the ICC, that this was in the ICC, three huge pages. I'd go out there and read all about the finance, trade, and ESG initiatives that XDC is solving. And that's why we're invested in this project. What else do we have going on out there? XDC Trade Network closing the $2.3 trillion trade finance gap. That's the big killer here with XDC and what they're trying to do. Shout out to Generation Infinity. And this post here we're going to listen to. Let's discover how XDC is leveraging XDC technology, digital documents, compliance, streamlined settlement. Again, we're getting into the Metalur stuff and how are they actually working within the environment to work in the trade finance sector, 2.3 trillion global trade finance gap.
So if you look at the survey from ADB, the 2022 published number, trade finance deficit is $2.3 trillion.
$2.3 trillion is the problem that they're trying to solve with the assets that we own.
I mean, look at this, $2.3 trillion worth of transactions trade never happened because trade finance was not available. So we are created basically to plug this gap. What we do is
solving a real world issue, real world problems. And this is why I am invested in these kind of projects, because there is real world utility. It's not a meme coin. It's not a made up JPEG or whatever the case may be that gets rug pulled. These are real world utility assets.
Is we bring absolute real-time visibility to this trade so that folks, those who are not doing trade finance today, can come forward and use the technology to participate in trade finance. We create the entire set of trade documents using a standard called Milliliter, Model Law for Electronic Transferable Record. We work with partners to create these digital documents, and we have 8 partners live across multiple countries. When these documents are created,
multiple countries, we know they're in Brazil. We know they have other additional partnerships. They are expanding. And again, they're coming to the United States for a reason, because the United States is pushing cryptocurrency. It's going to be the crypto capital of the world. That's why everyone is coming to the US, and that's why we're seeing the broad scope of the world, because the US is leading the charge, and XDC is going to be part of solving these problems, trade finance. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Tokenizer always putting good information out there. And he says in this, look beyond crypto or RWAs with XDC. In fact, it wasn't initially built for that. Let's look at DLT, tailored for a $30 trillion global trade industry. XDC is destined to take some of the market share with the process of trade finance digitalization. Again, big picture, if we look at this here, they have utility, tokenization, which we're going to look at to finish out this video. We are only looking at the top of this iceberg, and the tip of the iceberg, most folks are. We are early to this environment. We know the SPI capability and partnerships that they have as well. XDC, in my opinion, is a sleeping giant, and we can still get it at what, 9 cents, 10 cents? An absolutely great project to get in early if you're looking to diversify your portfolio. Again, not financial advice. You do you, Zip will do me. But again, RWA, as we come over here and we look at the RWA environment, and we know that that Securitize is putting US Treasury debt, currently $4.6 million worth of debt on XDC and tokenizing that on top of XDC. What is the token? USTY. Again, this is all being tested. This is being done right before our eyes, and this is what is coming. They've been working with Securitize since about 2020, August of 2023. Absolutely phenomenal to know where this project is going. But again, if you're not invested in this, do your own research. Go ahead and go out there and look at it. Please drop comments out there if you've been invested, if you know of other things that are going on with XDC, because the point to this channel is really to bring you the information to keep your mindset locked, keep you excited in these different projects. Again, I am diversified. XDC is one of those in my portfolio, and it's going to carry me through the journey of crypto and get me across that finish line so we all can spend the rest of our days on the most beautiful beaches of the world together. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, week. Stay safe. And until next time, Zip is out.